There's Julio Diaz, two-time IBF lightweight champion, won the 135-pound belt in 04, lost a big money fight to Jose Luis Castillo, won the belt again in 07, lost another high-stakes bout to Juan Diaz. See the win over Larraguet when he took the belt. And the very likable Kendall Holt. Those difficult inner-city circumstances that he was able to overcome in North Jersey. A caring single dad. A win against Ricardo Torres. That was a thriller in that opening minute. And there is big Brandon Jacobs. Had a nice visit with the NFL player today. Talked about the fact that there is nothing quite like being invested emotionally and attached to a fighter and watching him step through those ropes. Says every second feels like a minute when you're watching Kendall Holt ringside. So much pressure. Teddy has the fight plan, brought to you by Corona Extra.
We're in wine country here at Sunstone Vineyards, and both are former world champions. Well, they hope they have something in common with these great Cabs and great Merlots. They hope they get better with age. And we'll start with Diaz. I'll play Diaz, you'll play Holt. And Diaz, well, he hopes he's like a fine Zinfandel. Light on the palate, light on his feet, and quick with his hands. And he's going to have to be with Holt, who's bigger and stronger and can knock him out if he stands in front. Now, I noticed that Holt likes to pull that shoulder back when the jab comes. He'll pull it back, and he'll throw the right hand. Right uppercut, he'll sometimes throw it straight. Well, if you're Diaz, the old taste test. Not a full glass, just a sip. A little feint, step to the side, bang, finish your drink. Get a cork of a win. You ready for a drink?
Let's go.
We're not done yet. Not yet. You're still working. Well, Holt, I see a Bordeaux. Heavier, full body, powerful, with a big punch. I'll be Holt. Diaz, we already said that he's got to box a little bit. I think Holt would be smart to use his jab. He's got a good jab. He doesn't use it enough to the chest. Just to stabilize Diaz. Keep him in front of him. Bang, bang. Keep him right there. Also, Diaz likes to lead with hooks in front. Look for the right hand. But what he's really going to find is Diaz has a habit of throwing a little bit of a slow jab. And we talked about it earlier. Holt's favorite move, bring your shoulder, bang, right hand. Burst with flavor, explode with flavor. A vintage year. A nice win. All right, you can have that drink now.
Let's go.
Just one.
One bottle.
Well, Teddy, if you ever want to leave boxing, you have a job as a sommelier waiting for you.
Thank you, and I'll bring Saul with me. We're a team. We work together.
He's in the blue corner, wearing black with red and orange, and weighing in at 142 pounds. Coming to us from Patterson, New Jersey, he brings with him a professional record of 26 wins, 4 defeats, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBO Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Kendall
All right, gentlemen, I've already gone over the rules with you. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. We're going 10 rounds. Touch them up.
Marcos Rosales, the referee for this 10-round. Questions put forth by Teddy. Holt, mentally tough enough? Diaz, can his chin hold up? Let's get the answers.
Well, Diaz has been knocked out 4 times, so you think about the chin, and Holt's been knocked out 3 times, but the trainer, the brother of Diaz, has said very clearly that, and other people have backed it up, that he feels Holt can be broken down. A lot of people think that mentally Holt not always keeping himself together when it gets a little tough. And Diaz's brother said, hey, we can break him down. We can get after him a little bit, smother him a little bit. and make them vulnerable, make them start to evaporate a little bit. I'm not so sure that would be the perfect way to go early on, to be honest with you. As Holt said, that would be going into the lion's den a little bit, because Holt, I think, the biggest, stronger guy here, and very dangerous, I'd say, the first 4 rounds, maybe 5 rounds. Diaz has lost 2 of his last 4, and Holt has lost 2 of his last 3. We talked about it earlier. Holt, 3 of his 4 losses by knockouts, so you think about that chin a little bit too. And Diaz knocked out in 4 of his 6 losses. Again, I think probably the right hand. I think the better chin physically, I would say, even though both guys have been knocked out, is maybe Holt. Again, the thing is the mental durability and dependability of Holt is that strong. But I don't think Diaz should be standing in front of Holt early on.
And a good, solid right hand by Kendall Holt as Diaz tried to play it off.
And we said it in the fight plan. The right hand will be there for Holt. He has a hard one, good one. And Diaz, with that slow jab sometimes from a little too close, you can catch him over top with the right hand. I'm looking for Diaz. I bet you his brother in the corner would tell him, you better double that jab up. That will smother the right hand of Holt. But one jab slow will leave an alleyway for the right hand of Holt. An opening.
Joel Diaz in the corner of his brother Julio. Mike Skorowski in the corner of Holt. They've been working together since last May.
You know, I'm talking about the right hand of Holt and the susceptibility of right hands for Diaz, but Diaz has been knocked out with left hooks. I noticed early in his career he had a lot of trouble picking up left hooks. He would get hit with blind left hooks that he just didn't see. He didn't pick up well.
Looks like a potential clash of heads there as you see Holt motioning to the top right side of his head.
Diaz fell in a little bit with his head, and Diaz has been involved with head clashes before.
Okay, no cut. There's a headbutt. You ready?
Diaz is cut over the left eye. The ref didn't see. And Diaz has been cut before. Recently, he was cut over his right eye, but now this cut is over the left. And again, Diaz has been here before, cut before, and involved in head clashes before.
So an accidental foul here. We will go to the scorecards after the bell to start the 4th round.
Some guys don't know how to act when they're cut. Diaz knows how to act. Again, he's been a 2-time IBF lightweight champion. He's been down. We said the right hand would be there for Holt. Well, 2 for the money. There's 1. Steps to the side. There's 2. And here's the headbutt. We talked about Diaz coming in with his head. Well, he came in with his head, and he got the worst of it. Right over that left eye, he has a cut. And now the cut man of Diaz, so important. Sabaz Rosas is that man.
There's a lunging left hook from Diaz.
You got to be careful of that if you're Diaz. He loves to lead with left hooks. And that's a no-no. That's making one of the principal technical laws of boxing, leading with left hooks in front. And Holt could time him with a nice right hand.
Reminder, Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell, Red Sox, Yankees, and then Monday Night Baseball will be the Phillies and the Cards, both 8 o'clock starts.
That's a good place for Diaz to go, to the body. If he really believes that Holt has a tendency of being broken down mentally, no better way to start to make that happen than to go to the man's body, where it tests his will, his makeup.
Tried to counter right hand against that jab of Diaz. As you see the blood now coming from around the rim of that left brow of Julio Diaz. The clash of heads in round one, the cause of that.
You know, I see some nice movement of Holt. I think he's moving too much. If I was him, I'd set my feet, let Diaz move into me. I'm the stronger guy, the more explosive guy. I'd be set, use that jab, and try to catch Diaz coming in. When Holt's moving his feet, Diaz can come in because he sees that Holt's not ready. You know, Holt's the stronger puncher, but when you're using your feet, you're not set, you're not the stronger puncher. And that's when Diaz doesn't have to worry so much. Good body work by Diaz.
Yeah, combination finished off with that left hand to the body.
And again, if you think somebody, and Diaz does think that, somebody in front of you like Holt is not dependable mentally, you want to go to that body and you want to ask him questions.
There that time, you saw Holt try to time that right hand.
He was a little late with it, but the opening's there when Diaz leads with that left hook in front. One of the reasons I think that Holt's much stronger is he's a bigger guy. His entire career, Joe, he's been between welterweight and junior welterweight, while Diaz, a lightweight, for 41 fights. Until his last 3 fights, he moved up to junior welterweight. So the bigger man naturally is Holt, but he needs to be set with his feet to be the bigger guy. And he's set right now.
Cut worsening above the left eye of Diaz.
That's what Holt should do, Joe. Set his feet, let Diaz come to him, and nail him. But don't move too much, because then you let Diaz walk.
Teddy Atlas, Joe Tessitore here ringside with you. Friday night fights from the Chumash Casino in Santa Ynez, California. Good main event here. Important main event for these two veterans, two former world title holders, Julio Diaz, Kendall Holt. Clash of heads in the first round. Opened up that cut above the left eye of Julio Diaz. Had a pretty decent bounce back in the second round.
You know, I think Holt, again, don't move too much. Hate to say this, it doesn't sound right, but don't box too much. You know, be set in front. Be ready to time Diaz coming in and be the boss. You know, get off first, use your jab, keep Diaz defensive. When you move your feet too much, you let Diaz get offensive minded. And you let him get confidence and start thinking he can get to you. But if you're set, let's go. You can take advantage of the mistakes Diaz makes when he comes forward. But I wouldn't just wait for counters if I was Holt. I would use that jab. Be the boss a little bit with Diaz. Be the bigger guy. Push him around a little bit. And that's what it looks like Holt's doing with the jab right now. Pushing him around. Holt has a very underappreciated jab. Underappreciated maybe by people in the business and by himself. It's straight, it's accurate, and it's hard. You can see Diaz looking for the right key to the door. He doesn't want to come in that front door and have, you know, somebody waiting for him. Somebody who's not a pleasant house guest, so to speak, like a right hand. So he's trying to feint a little bit, trying to get the right time to come in there.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
There's a lead right hand off the mark from Holt.
Diaz has to watch when he jabs to the body. Again, he tilts forward a little bit, reaches in. That's an opportunity for a right hand. So that was smart of Diaz. He waited. Left hook.
Left hook! Punched down Diaz. He went down hard.
6, 7, 8. A lot of time left. It's an eternity.
It's over. Shaky legs ends it. Big shot from Kendall Holt.
Well, we said the first 4 rounds, dangerous territory for Diaz, and I said that right from the beginning, and it was dangerous territory, a territory that Diaz never got through. I thought if Diaz would stand in front of Holt, he would have a lot of difficulty. And he did.
You said early on tonight, numerous times, the first 4 rounds.